Hi, this is Vivian, the Somm Next Door, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the wine club Naked Wines. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and let us get started. So Naked Wines, there's tons of wine clubs out there, but this wine club connects you directly with independent winemakers, and they're able to provide you high quality wines at a low price by cutting out the middleman. So you'll be able to find wines at a much higher discount than in your supermarket or in your wine retail store. Naked Wines provides a marketplace for these independent winemakers and gives them the freedom to make wines that they actually like. There are no membership fees, no hidden fees, and if you use my link below, you guys can get $100 off your first 6 bottles of wine for $39.99, which is a huge deal. That is less than $7 a bottle. All you gotta do is go on to Naked Wines and you will make a taster's profile by answering a quiz. Now, once you have built a profile and the website knows your taste preferences, they will send you a box of wine. It's as easy as that. So today I kind of wanted to share with you some of the wines that I have gotten from Naked Wines. Okay, so this wine I didn't really actually open yet. This is sparkling. Hey Corbin, if you want to give me the sparkling Corbin, that'd be kind of nice. I think I might want to save this. But this is W. Donaldson. It is a sparkling rosé from Sonoma Coast. This cuvee includes Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, and Chardonnay. So Wayne Donaldson, he was the head winemaker for Domaine Chandon, and he started his own label with Naked Wines. And it's really cool. I saw on the website that he left a video kind of explaining why he made this wine, what he thinks the best occasion is, and some pairing ideas.
The Brut Rosé is a very special wine for me. It has a beautiful pale peach, light salmon color. And of all the wines that I produce for nakedwines.com, it really is the most appropriate with food. So try it with a little bit of salmon, try it with a little bit of swordfish, even goes great with pork.
The second wine that I have, Stefano de Blasi, so that is the winemaker. And this is 60% Zabibo, also known as Muscat de Alexandria, 40% Catarratto, and this is a white from Sicily. It's IGT. It's not a DOC, it's lower than that. It kind of is a protected classification, but it allows for winemakers to have a little bit more freedom, but also having high standards. So in Sicily, Catarratto is actually one of the most planted white grapes, and Zabibo is grown a lot in the Mediterranean region. It's typically used to create a dessert wine, very aromatic, as lots of Muscat varieties are. It is a lovely pale straw color. So this wine, as a mixture of the two, has a wonderful tropical note with like lychees, with the lemon from the Catarratto, but then also some honey and some white blossoms from the Zabibo. And then on the palate, floral honey. And then towards the end, the finish has some minerality to it, some saline. So really wonderful. It's making me salivate, but I would say there's like a slight bitter finish that some people might not appreciate. It's definitely a dry wine. I think sometimes people smell floral and get all those fruits and they think it's a sweet wine, but this is actually very dry, between light and medium body. A little bit different, which I kind of liked. I typically get Etna Bianco. Etna Biancos are typically a little bit more crisper, a little bit like much higher acidity, less floral in general. All right, moving on to another white, and this was one of my first favorite white varieties, is Chenin Blanc, and this is from, and also just known as Vouvray, from the Loire Valley in France. So Patrice Grasset, I was reading online, he is a 3rd generation winemaker. pale straw. Vouvrays can get pretty golden as well. Vouvray is one of those wines that can be made from a dry style, off dry, to Merlot, sweet. This one is dry, like pear, yellow apple, like peach, lots of like stone fruit in here. I would say this is medium body, not as high acidity as the previous wine that we had. Has a roundness to it. Sometimes Vouvray can have a floral note. I would say this one is a little bit more tended to be on the mineral side. And this could be so good with like a roast chicken or with pork. And I like how the Naked Wines, there are some pairing ideas on the website for you. And it's a solid wine. The first time I opened these wines, I think I don't know, I had them chilled, and this time I have them closer to room temperature. I think I personally can get so much more of the notes when it's a little bit warmed up, a little bit warmer, not warm, but you know, closer to that 60 degrees. All right, up next is our first red wine. And so we have gone to Italy, we have gone to France, and I thought it'd be fun if we went to Portugal. And this is a partnership between two different winemakers, Parish and Oscar Quevedo. Duo mistura, I looked that up, and it means a blend of two people. Parish was one of the head winemakers at Beringer and at Stag's Leap, and Oscar Quevedo, these are the vineyards that his grandfather planted. And as you can see, it is quite dark ruby purple wine, hard to see through. So they said this is quite a full body wine. And I agree, I get the cherry, I get the plum, very like dark fruits, black raspberry. There's some oak in here. This is a blend of three very famous Portuguese red wines, red grapes. That includes Touriga Nacional, Touriga Franca, and Tinta Roriz. And a lot of times they use those grapes to make port. Very dark, kind of spicy, very smooth finish, surprisingly, but there's a spiciness to this. This would be a great wine to have when it gets a little bit cooler in the fall or in the winter when you're like near a fire. And that's one thing that I kind of liked about the Naked Wines, is that it allowed me to kind of explore, and they had such a variety of wines, as you can kind of tell by my picks. It's not like you're gonna get 10 different types of Chardonnay and 10 different types of Cabernet Sauvignon. We got some variety as well. Drats, got some wine on my white pants. Sometimes there is some damage that happens from the spray of the cordons. You gotta be a little careful. All right, so next up we have the Scott Kelley 2021 Pinot Noir from Chehalem, Oregon. I just Googled how to pronounce that. I feel like for the longest time I used to call it Chehalem. So it's Chehalem. Learning something new every day. This is what happens sometimes when you just like read a lot and you see the words, but then like I think like I don't know, a lot of times in the wine world we're all kind of like, we know what we're like, you know, we know how to pronounce everything. Come on, you guys. Like, I know I've been roasted in the comments being like, can you please pronounce this correctly? I'm trying, I'm learning, I'm open to knowing that I'm not perfect and I don't know everything. So yes, Madoc, got you. We're learning. Chehalem, there we go, okay? Scott Kelley. So apparently he used to be the head winemaker at Mondavi and helped make the private selection for many, many years before starting his own private label with Naked Wines, which is really, really cool. Whew. The smell is wonderful. We got some violets in here, some cherry, of course, some earthiness. I forgot to mention, lots of French oak in here. Firm tannins, but yet this wine is pretty smooth. The ending could be a little bit smoother, but for the most part, really wonderful. And look at that color compared to the Portuguese wine, much lighter, much more red and ruby. The other one was a deeper, darker color. My last wine that I got is a Rudy, wait, is it focusing? Yes, Rudy von Strasser 2019 Cabernet Sauvignon from the Diamond Mountain District inside Napa Valley. All right, so we are with the heavy hitters and we're in the USA. Let's get some nice cabs. Why don't we see what Naked Wine has? And supposedly, my camera says we're about to die. Don't do this. All right, 1 second. All right, we are on the last wine and my camera is dying. So we're gonna try to do this kind of quickly. Rudy von Strasser has been making wines in the Mountain District since, I don't know, for like 30 years. And he was one of the people to get it on the map and make it an AVA. This wine is giving like textbook California Cabernet. So it has some coffee, it has some mocha, blackcurrant, plum, tobacco, vanilla, nutmeg, cinnamon, lots of French oak on this. Oh, the biggest one I've had all day. High tannins, nice, big, bold wine. It probably could be aged a lot more. This is a 2019. I think it has a lot of runway. So overall, the Naked Wines that I got, I'm pretty happy with them. I was pretty blown away. Again, check out my link below to get 6 wines for $39.99, which is insane, so cheap. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. And yes, like shout out for Naked Wines for helping independent winemakers. I only got a little bit left, but I've been really enjoying these wines, and so I hope you guys can enjoy them as well. All right, cheers. And I will catch you guys later. I mean, did you see how controlled I was in my little pours? Besides the fact that I got wine on my pants.